Well, this video is going to be on these small orchids. As you can see, there's one, two, and right here at the end there's a third. This orchid was actually an orchid that somebody was throwing out. I had found it. And the orchid itself was a large Dendrobium. And I had, it obviously had not been taken care of, so I had potted it in a new pot, and I was hoping it would do well. But the thing basically died. It almost seemed as if it had rotted. But I'm pretty confident that's not the case. I did not keep it too moist. Anyhow, one of the last few live branches, which as you could see actually rotted off at the end here, came out with 3 shoots on it. So at least spared some of the life of this orchid. I'm going to try and cut these apart and repot them in the same pot, I guess. And I don't really know what else I should do with them. Worst comes to worst, I could separate them eventually. But yeah, I just thought this was very interesting and that I would share this with you guys. You could see these very healthy little shoots. This one doesn't have as much roots. Something interesting I found about this one on the end here, you could see the bottom's rotted. But there's less roots on it, but you see the fibrous matter, that granule matter actually, all over those roots. That was actually put there by ants. Yes, this was covered in ants. No idea why. I'm figuring out where I should separate these. I obviously want to take this guy off, so I want to give a little bit of distance between each plant, because there's a slight possibility that these are still feeding off of the branch itself. Oh god, there's still more ants on here. So I cut the tip off, as you can see, and gonna be careful not to damage the roots. I'm going to separate it in between here. Now, if you've noticed, I'm actually not too concerned using the same blade. Now, normally, especially if you're trimming between orchids, you should either use a separate blade or make sure you sterilize the blade, because you could actually transmit diseases. But considering this is the same exact plant, I'm actually not very concerned about that. Good. Oh god, that wasn't smart. So we got 2 here. And I would have cut these off a little bit later, gotten a little bit larger. However, as I've mentioned, again, this thing was rotting, so I was slightly concerned that that would become an issue. Yeah, we have Hurricane Isaac passing very close by to us, and we have those outer bands coming through, and it is windy right now. It's not a good day to be out here. Try to put this under something to blow away. Let's see. And I'm going to hope that they go ahead and do increase. Yeah, zoom out here. Do increase in size and start growing. And again, since I'm not used to working with these babies, may not thrive so well. But I'm going to give it a shot. Also, water this. As soon as you're done, just soak it in water really quick. Make sure that, of course, the potting media you just used to cover them up doesn't float out. And before I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and get a baby I started already. Hold on. I started a few of them, actually. Alright. This is the Dendrobium. I started it basically the same manner. You could see the old stem and the shoot. And this is one I started a full year ago, and it's actually making progress. It's very large now, and I started these the same way that you just saw me with the other ones. I took clippings off the orchids that had growth on them, and well, you can see they're thriving. So again, I started these not in bark. I started these in the moss, but I generally don't like that. These things kind of like to rot. So I'm going to try this, starting them in the bark, as you've seen in the video. Hey, thanks for watching.